In a post-apocalyptic world, where the sky was a dull gray and the air was thick with pollution, a group of steampunk giants were building a massive machine to restore the environment. The giants were wearing steampunk-inspired armor and had gears and cogs embedded in their skin. They worked tirelessly day and night, fueled by their determination to bring life back to the world that had been destroyed by the greed of mankind. The leader of the giants was a towering figure named Atlas. He was the strongest and most skilled of the group, and his massive muscles rippled beneath his armor as he swung his hammer, pounding the metal plates into shape. His eyes gleamed with a fierce determination, and his voice boomed like thunder as he barked orders to the other giants. The other giants worked in perfect harmony, each one using their unique abilities to contribute to the construction of the machine. There was Prometheus, the inventor, who had designed the intricate mechanisms that would power the machine. He worked tirelessly, tinkering with the gears and levers, making sure that everything was in perfect working order. Then there was Vulcan, the blacksmith, who forged the metal parts of the machine with his powerful hands. His skin was covered in scars from years of working with molten metal, and his eyes were a fiery red that glowed in the darkness of the workshop. And finally, there was Athena, the strategist, who oversaw the entire project, making sure that everything was going according to plan. She was the brains behind the operation, and her sharp mind and quick thinking had saved the project from disaster on more than one occasion. As the days turned into weeks, and the weeks turned into months, the machine began to take shape. It was a massive, hulking thing, with gears the size of houses and pipes that snaked through the workshop like giant snakes. The air was filled with the sound of clanging metal and the hiss of steam, and the smell of oil and grease hung heavy in the air. Finally, after months of hard work, the machine was complete. The giants stood back and admired their handiwork, their chests swelling with pride. They had done it. They had built a machine that could restore the environment and bring life back to the world. But just as they were about to activate the machine, something unexpected happened. A group of raiders, armed with guns and explosives, stormed into the workshop, intent on stealing the machine and using it for their own nefarious purposes. The giants sprang into action, their steampunk armor clanking as they charged towards the raiders. Atlas swung his hammer with all his might, crushing skulls and shattering bones. Prometheus unleashed a barrage of steam-powered rockets, blasting the raiders to pieces. Vulcan wielded his giant hammer, smashing through walls and crushing anything in his path. And Athena, always the strategist, devised a plan to take down the raiders' leader. She snuck up behind him, her steampunk armor silent as a cat's paw. With a swift blow to the back of his head, she knocked him out cold, and the raiders fled in terror. With the raiders defeated, the giants activated the machine. It hummed to life, the gears and levers churning as it began to work its magic. The air began to clear, the sky turned blue, and the plants began to grow once again. The giants stood back and watched in awe as the world was reborn before their eyes. They had done what no one else had been able to do. They had restored the environment and brought life back to a world that had been left for dead. And as they looked out over the newly restored world, they knew that they had truly become the heroes that the world needed.